Hello everybody. Today we are looking at two pieces of legislation, and the first one will be the directive that the ARB, the Advertising Regulatory Board, what they use to assist them in making the final decision or ruling regarding any complaints about advertising, and that is called the Code of Advertising Practice. The second piece of legislation is very important for us South Africans. We had some serious problems with foodstuffs, expired foodstuffs that's been tampered with. People got very sick, and these amendments that has been proposed to this particular piece of legislation, which I'd like to bring under your attention, and it's called the Foodstuffs, Cosmetics and Disinfectant Act 54 of 1972. If you're only interested in the second subject, just follow it on my timeline. If you click on there, you can just hop straight into that subject matter. So the ARB, the Advertising Regulatory Board, uses the Code of Advertising Practice to guide them in making a ruling. Now, if you, as a South African consumer, find a particular advertisement offensive, or you feel there's an issue with it, you would want to lodge a complaint. So I'm going to give you just a brief overview of what the Code of Practice covers that will help you should you want to make any complaints. So let's go with the first one. If you find the advertising is distasteful or offensive. The second one, if you think it's misleading or it's being exploitive to undermine a consumer's trust. The third one, you find that this advertisement is playing on fear, it depicts violence, there's illegal activities, it uses discrimination, it's gender bias, or any of those. The fourth one, false and unsubstantiated presentations and claims. The fifth one, unacceptable price comparison advertising. Have a look at the next snippet. It was definitely not intended to be a price comparison advertising. It was a little bit of a mistake, but it's good fun. Just have a look.
Her delivery from Checkers 6060, and she's ordered some champagne, which they very beautifully wrapped up in some newspaper with the pick and pay specials.
Number 6, advertisements that discredit other products, services, advertisements or advertisers directly or indirectly. Number 7 is called comparative advertising, and there are relevant clauses that you need to consult. Number 8, the advertisers taking advantage of advertising goodwill. Number 9, blatant plagiarism or the copying of another local advertisement or even international advertisements. Number 10, the false testimonials and endorsements and not conforming to the code. 11, the necessary permissions had to be obtained from the individuals that were used in the advertisement, so to prevent exploitation. Number 11, the advertising format used must be identified and recognized as an advertisement. And if it's not clear that it's an advertisement, the word sponsored must be discreetly placed on that reel. Let's go. Number 13, safety practices and situations that were not adhered to. Number 14, the subject of children, their safety, the portrayal, the use of, and the lack of experience that must be considered. Guarantees and warranties that does not have merit, and full descriptions are not available in printed format for the consumer to inspect. Number 60, money back guarantees must clearly state the time limit of the money back. So basically, as soon as the product has been delivered, then there must be an extension of time before the deadline of the product to be returned to the manufacturer or where you got the product from. 17, guidelines for the use of the word new in advertising. Please do consult with the Code of Advertising Practice because there are a number of restrictions. The word new being used. Number 18, using animals in advertising and conforming to all the legalities thereof, and there must be inspections when on set, etc. Number 19, clear pricing policies must be cited, and that regarding costs and is it inclusive, the price, the VAT, the price fluctuations, all of those things need to be stated in your advertisement. But let's go into the second part of this reel, and this is where we discuss the Foodstuffs, Cosmetics and Disinfectant Act 54 of 1972. And there has been proposed amendments to this act because of recent we've had numerous cases of food poisoning, foodstuffs that's been tampered with, expired food being sold, not just in the informal but also in the formal marketplace in South Africa. So this legislation, these proposed amendments have been proposed in 2023, and there's been several delays. As yet, this legislation has not been formalized. The Foodstuffs, Cosmetics and Disinfectant Act 54 of 1972 really focus on the labeling and the advertising of foodstuffs, on the packaging of the food, whether it's been sourced from abroad or being produced, gifted or for sale, any of that. The essence of it is whatever is on the outside of the packaging, on those labels, what it says on the outside is what it should be on the inside. Let's have a brief overview of the amendments to this legislation. So our first one is the General Provisions Edition, and this will be just to product demonstrations, the font sizes on the packaging or the labels, the product labels, etc. The second provision would be that of the Special Provisions, and this covers where they have to list the components, the specifications of it, the volume of the merchandise, the minimum packaging requirements. And then number 3, we're looking at general information given on claims, and that covers the enhancement of foodstuffs, the listing of the different nutrients, the front packaging labels. And then number 4, we've got under the nutrient claims, the listing of these nutrients, but also the weight that they carry. Number 5, the last edition, is the health claims. So as I said, at this stage, the legislation is still being considered, and public submissions regarding these matters are being assessed by the Department of Health Food Control before they will publish the final legislation.